Good morning to one and all present here. My name is Yashasvi and I'm from class 8th ICSE. Today I'll be doing a short experiment. Today I'll be doing an experiment on density. So, what do we have here? We have a jar of water, two glasses, two lemons, and a bit of salt. First, let's add some water to the first glass. Now, let's take this lemon and drop it inside of the glass. You can see it sinks. Now, let's do the same thing but with the salt. I'm taking a bit of salt and I'm adding it. Now, I'm adding the second lemon. You can see it floats. This is because of density. In this glass, we have only fresh water and no salt. And lemon is naturally denser than water, so it sinks. But in this glass, we have added salt, which makes the water denser. And lemons are less dense than salt, thus it floats. See, it comes right back up. Thank you and have a great day.
Good morning everyone. I am Parnika from class 8th ICSE. Today I am going to say a few words about friction. Let's know about the introduction. Friction is the resultant of the irregularities of two surfaces in contact with each other. Friction is dependent on the irregularities of the surface. If it is greater, the friction will be greater, and if it is smooth, the friction will be lesser. So, let's know the substances which reduce friction. The substances that reduce friction are known as lubricants. Example, when oil, grease or graphite is applied on the moving part of a machine, a layer is formed and the resultant is the two surfaces do not rub against each other and the friction is reduced. When a body is rolling on another body, the resistance to its motion is called as rolling friction. The rolling helps in reducing the friction. So let's know one important fact in friction. The frictional force in fluids is known as drag. So I'm going to do a small experiment based on friction. Take your two hands and rub them in opposite direction like this. You can feel the heat and the friction is formed over here. Now rub your hands in equal direction like this. You can't feel the heat and the friction is not formed over here. I hope you understood about the friction. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Hey everyone, myself Rakshita from grade 9th ICIC here to tell about earthquakes as a part of my physics culminative activity. An earthquake is a sudden shaking or trembling of some region of the earth for a short time. Seismology is a science of earthquake. The passage of earthquake waves generated by an earthquake is recorded by an instrument called seismograph or seismometer. The intensity of earthquake waves is measured by a Richter scale from 0 to 9. Causes for earthquake. There are many causes for the earthquake. Some of them are folding and faulting, plate tectonics, volcanic eruptions, anthropogenic factor or isolatic origin. An earthquake can also be caused by a disturbance originated inside the Earth's crust. Earthquakes keep occurring almost all the time, all over the earth, but most of them are not even noticeable. The major earthquakes are rare but very destructive. The earthquake, which magnitude is higher than 7 on a Richter scale, is highly destructive. There are some constructive and destructive effects of earthquakes. Some of the constructive effects are the changing of coastline in some cases, forming bays, gulfs, giving rise to better navigation. Earthquakes may give rise to geysers and hot spring beneficials for medicinal purposes. Some destructive effects of earthquakes are loss of human lives, loss of human property, collapses of buildings, landslides, fires, flash floods, and tsunamis. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Edwin Amabilash of class 9th ICC going to do the physics culminative activity and my topic is hydraulic machine. Pressure in fluids and its transmission. Thrust is the force acting normally on a surface. Thrust exerted by a body on a surface equal weight of the body. Pressure is the thrust per unit area of surface. Pressure equal thrust by area. SI unit of pressure is Newton per meter square, which is abbreviated as Nm inverse 2. This unit is named as Pascal. 1 Pascal equal 1 Newton by 1 meter square. 1 Pascal is the pressure exerted on a surface of area 1 meter square by force of 1 Newton acting normally on it. Application of Pascal's law. Hydraulic machines such as hydraulic press, hydraulic jack and hydraulic brakes are based on Pascal's law of transmission of pressure in liquids. Principle of hydraulic machine. The principle of each hydraulic machine is that a small force applied on a smaller piston is transmitted to produce a large force on the bigger piston. A small force applied on a smaller piston is transmitted to produce a large force on the bigger piston. As you can see, this is the smaller piston and this is the bigger piston. When I apply small force on the smaller piston, it gives large force on the larger piston. Another example. Thus, a small force F1 applied on the smaller piston A can be used to produce a large force F2 on the bigger piston B. This is the principle of a hydraulic machine, which acts as a force multiplier. Thank you.
A flash of lightning and a rumble of thunder. Lightning is one of the most incredible natural phenomena on Earth. I am Anina Gilson of Class 9 ICC, and I would like to talk about lightning and thunder. Let's find answers to some questions like what is lightning and thunder? What is the color of lightning? What is the physics behind lightning and thunder? Where is the highest concentration of lightning? And what happens if we are struck by lightning? And also, what are the safety measures we can take? Lightning and thunder. Lightning is a discharge of electricity, and thunder is the sound caused by lightning. Lightning carries 1 to 10 billion joules of energy, which is enough to power a 100-watt bulb, at least for 3 months. In under a second, it can heat up the surrounding place 5 times hotter than the sun's surface, that is, about 53,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The rumbling thunder we hear is due to the rapid expansion of air caused by this heat. What is the color of lightning? Lightning comes in every color of the rainbow. It's almost white, but often it's tinged with another color around the edges. The three most common colors aside from white are blue, yellow, and violet. Factors which determine the color are atmospheric humidity, temperature, and levels of air pollution. What is the physics behind lightning and thunder? The bursts of light are pure electricity. Thunderstorms are caused by small electrically charged particles. As the water molecules are heated and cooled, they move up and down against each other. There is a separation of charge forming two poles in the cloud itself. One part becomes negatively charged and the other part is positively charged. Objects on the ground becomes oppositely charged to the lower part of the cloud. This imbalance tries to resolve itself by passing current between the differently charged poles. Charged particles always flow in the direction where there are less particles of the same charge. This results in a lightning bolt. At first, there's a bolt that is invisible to our eyes, and when it comes close enough to ground, there is a powerful discharge of energy, so powerful that it results in an electrical arc, which is the lightning bolt that we see. Where's the highest concentration of lightning? The greatest concentration of lightning are found in the Central Africa, the Himalayas, and South America. Venezuela's Lake Maracaibo earned a place in the Guinness Book of World Records for highest concentration of lightning with 250 lightning flashes per square kilometer each year. What happens if we are struck by lightning? Lightning can split an entire tree down the middle in a split second. Then think about what happens to the human body. But lightning strikes aren't always a death sentence. Direct hits are usually lethal, but only about 10% of people are struck by lightning die, thanks to phenomena like side flash and surge voltage. If you are not instantly killed, then you can be killed by cardiac arrest. As I said earlier, lightning carries 1 billion joules of energy. When that amount of energy enters our body, it short circuits the electrical signals that runs our heart, lungs, and nervous system. It can lead to cardiac arrest, seizures, brain injury, spinal cord damage, and sometimes even amnesia. Lesionberg figures are fern-like patterns that may appear on the skin of lightning strike victims that disappear in 24 hours. Not only this, there are many other effects that may be even permanent. What are the safety measures we can take? Check weather forecasts ahead of time. Stay indoors during a storm. If you are stuck outside, avoid trees, poles, and open fields and run as fast as you can to safety. Electrical appliances should be unplugged. Lightning conductor. A lightning conductor is a device used to protect buildings from the damaging effect of the lightning. It runs from the top to the bottom of the building to be protected. Thank you and have a nice day.
Morning, I am Chiranjeevi Aditya of Class 10th ICSE. Today I will be explaining an experiment on refraction of light. Materials required for this experiment are a paper with 4 to 5 arrow marks and a transparent bottle or glass filled with water. Steps to perform this experiment are: take the bottle or glass filled with water and place the sheet of arrow behind it. You see, it is laterally inverted. This is due to refraction. You are seeing something, you are not actually seeing that thing. You are seeing the light rays reflected off that thing. Now let's understand this experiment step by step. So what happens here is, the light rays, after reflecting the sheet of paper, passes through the water and then passes through your eyes. So what happens between this is, The density of water is greater than the density of air. Hence, the speed of light decreases in water. Light rays reflected from the arrow passes through the glass. The speed decreases and it gets inverted here and comes to your eyes as an inverted image. All understood the concept of refraction of light. Thank you and have a bright
Morning to all. My name is Gagan and today I am going to talk about levers and the types of levers. Levers are the simplest machine used in our day-to-day lives. The main parts of the lever are fulcrum, load and effort. The types of levers depend upon these three things. Levers are divided into first class levers, second class levers and third class levers. First class levers. In first class levers, the fulcrum is in the between, the effort and the load are at the sides. For example, a scissor. In a scissor, the fulcrum is in the between, the effort is at the side and the load is also at the side. So this is an example for the first class lever. Second class levers. In second class levers, the fulcrum and the effort are at the sides and load is somewhere in the between. For example, a lemon squeezer. You can see the fulcrum is at the side and the load is also at effort is at the side. So the load is in the between. You keep a lemon over here, that is the load, and you put effort at the sides which squeezes it. So this is an example for the second class lever. Third class lever. In third class lever, the fulcrum and the load are at the sides and the effort is in between. For example, tongs. You can see that the fulcrum is in the side and the load is also in the side where you keep or take something, and the effort where you apply to take a thing is in the center. So this is an example for the third class levers. So this is an example for levers and its types. I hope you would like it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Ramita Singh of class 10th ICSE and I am here to give you some information on machines. Machines have integrated themselves into our daily lives and now it plays a prominent role in our society. We have almost completely substituted all our previous forms of communication, transportation and all other aspects of our society with the creation of newer, more industrial methods and apparatus. The ruling industrial power, that is Japan, Italy, France, England and the rest of the world, has made the use of modern technology to computerize the designing of production of the machines in a great demand like cars, TVs, refrigerators and various other electronic instruments and the devices. Our success as an industrial power will depend a great deal on the use of the latest electronics, laser and other technologies. The whole defense industry producing warplanes, submarines, light and the heavy arms needs the intelligence use of the latest technologies. The use of machinery in the farms makes the farm labor surplus. This surplus labor can however be utilized in the small scale cottage industries in the village. Thank you.